ndani ya nyumba.
Romantically.
Tunakuwa
hapa mnagombana tu saa yote kwanza mwingi hapa mnagombana.
Ni vile tuko mbele ya watu.
Ndio mnagombanaga mbele ya watu. Na sasa hawa watoto wote unawaleta duniani kuwapatisha tabu ya nini?
Nani alisema yuko na sahani yao?
Berlin is calling. The footballing fraternity is taking note. Defending champions RB Leipzig have reached the DFB Pokal final for the third successive season after an emphatic 5-1 win over FC Freiburg.
Danny Olmo, there's no pressure on him, and he's found Nkunku! Ruthless!
Similarly, Eintracht Frankfurt are into the final of the DFB Cup following a 3-2 victory over VfB Stuttgart. The DFB Pokal hits a crescendo on Saturday, 3rd June at 9 p.m. when RB Leipzig will be up against Eintracht Frankfurt live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1. Don't miss out on the unexpected delight.
It is Colomboigny against Bredlow, a battle Colomboigny was never going to lose.
KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Indeed, a very good morning to you. It's Thursday, the 25th of May. A very good morning from wherever you are watching across the country. My name is Mariambo and this is Good Morning Kenya. Now plenty lined up for you in the news this morning, including the stalemate brewing in the bipartisan talks between Azimio and Kenya Kwanza parties. And also later we will be bringing you live proceedings of the graduation ceremony at the Kenya Defence College in Karen to be attended by President William Ruto. That and more will be coming up this morning and later on in our live coverage. Now, to the news where the government is committed to documenting all citizens to enhance service delivery. President William Ruto says effective and inclusive governance of public service requires accurate citizen data. Speaking during the 7th Identification for Africa conference held in Nairobi, the head of state said the government is working towards the implementation of a vital statistics system that meets the demands of a new digital era.
President William Ruto says Kenya needs accurate information on essential attributes of citizens to accurately allocate resources. Addressing delegates at the 7th Identification for Africa conference, President Ruto said the government has also instituted measures to ensure 100% registration of births and deaths by 2026.
We are investing as a continent and specifically as a country about 30% of all our resources in education, training, and research.
President Ruto asked African national identity management agencies to work together and share knowledge on identity management innovations.
Bring our professionals, experts, scientists, designers into this space so that we can chart the way into the future together.
Going forward, we are looking at upgrading our current automated fingerprint identification system, AFIS, into an automated biometric identification system.
This conference is timely because it's coming at a time when Kenya is transiting from second-generation ID to third-generation ID, the digital identity or unique personal identifier.
President Ruto, Your Excellency, Africa is looking for Kenya's leadership in this important domain. I appeal to you to add 16 September as Identity Day on your identity agenda.
The president said Kenya is operating in an environment of escalating resource constraint, and yet, at the same time, the government cannot postpone or downgrade Kenya's identity management endeavors. Well, this comes as stakeholders in the digital identity management system now draw their attention towards security to ensure they get to gain the trust of the people and ensure growth.
Serafina Robi reporting there. Now, detectives in Laikipia County have seized 23 pieces of elephant tusks with an estimated street value of 11 million shillings. According to Laikipia Police Commander John Nyoike, the ivories weighing 114 kilograms that were being transported from Churo in Baringo County were intercepted at Mahiga area within Sipili Township in Laikipia County.
Laikipia Police Boss John Nyoike said the suspect, aged 43 years old and who was transporting the ivories using Nissan Vanette, was arrested in the operation executed by multi-agency team from Laikipia and Serious Crime Prevention Unit. The consignment being concealed inside maize sacks.
They appear to be from calves, and these ones are from aged animals, elephants. As you can see, they are big in sizes. Compared to the small ones.
Nyoike added the suspect, who is a prominent businessman at Sipili Township, is being held at Rumuruti Police Station.
Since the matter is still under investigation, we are going to establish where they were being taken to, and we get to those people who are in this trade so that we ensure that this trade comes to an end.
He noted that while poaching is not prevalent in the county, security agencies have scaled up surveillance extending to neighboring counties of Baringo and Samburu.
That is Michael Mwadiga reporting. Now, the National Assembly Justice and Legal Affairs Committee now wants the National Assembly to allocate an additional 2.6 billion shillings to the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission for settling of pending bills owed to lawyers. Committee Chairperson George Murugara told the Budget and Appropriations Committee that the failure to clear the legal fees will put the electoral agency at risk of being taxed.
Regarding pending bills, the most biggest problem is the other people are able to be paid through the budget lines. But legal bills, nobody takes care of them. And what happens is these guys go to court, they tax. Once they tax, those become decrees of the court. They are going to be enforced. This is why we are pointing out that IBC is going to be in the red soon if these lawyers descend on them. See what you are able to avail and just allocate the pending legal bills for these ones.
Household Fund, this financial year, Chair, has been budgeted for Kenya shillings 11 million and 10 million, and therefore, comparing that actually we have a commitment of 50 billion, it is still seems that actually we have not been able to raise the gap, and therefore there's still some deficits there.
One of the key issues is provision, universal health care. And in this bill, NHIF is expected to scale up the number of indigents from the 1 million to 2 million. Currently, as we are speaking, they have not even attained the 1 million target.
Actually, in terms of production, you have seen the subsidies of the fertilizer subsidy. In terms of livestock for the ASL areas, you have seen also the issue of industrialization, the production, build more affordable housing. That is now a guarantee that our youth will get a job.
If you analyze this budget of 23-24, we are giving the huge amount of money is going to building the Kenyan human capital. That is why we are giving 27% of our budget is going to education. Majorly because we are trying to operationalize our JSS properly in terms of capitation. You know, from the supplementary budget, we were able to hire 35,000 teachers. We want to hire another huge number of teachers this financial year.
Now, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya has given Kenya Kwanza a 6-day ultimatum to review their position on the stalemate that rocked the bipartisan talks, causing a 7-day suspension of engagements. Azimio, which also plans to have its parliamentary group meeting next to strategize on the way forward in the talks, also faulted the registrar of political parties, that is Anderito, for her directive on the leadership tussle rocking the Jubilee Party.
The 7 days, we will not be able to resume the talks. The talks will be considered to have collapsed. The meeting resolved and has given authority to our team in the bipartisan talks to issue a notice of dissolution of the talks in the event that Kenya Kwanza will not publicly accede to the interim measures within 6 days in line with the provisions of the framework agreement. This notice ends on Tuesday next week. Thereafter, the Azimio coalition will communicate our next course of action at our PG. Next week on Tuesday. Kenya Kwanza must make no mistake that Azimio will do everything possible to protect its affiliate parties from these heinous attacks. All Jubilee Party members of Parliament who have crossed the floor and joined Kenya Kwanza must go for by-elections. Those who hold their positions by virtue of their nomination by Azimio must have their nominations revoked. The registrar of political parties, Mrs. Anderito, must leave office in view of clear manifestations that she has been co-opted into partisan and illegal schemes by Kenya Kwanza to cripple instead of protecting political parties.
Let's head now to the corridors of justice, where former rugby player, that is Alex Olaba, has been jailed for 6 years after he was found guilty of trying to kill a key witness in a rape case. Trial magistrate Geoffrey Onsarigo said after considering the evidence adduced by the prosecution, the court came to a conclusion that Olaba deserved punishment. For this and more from the corridors of justice with Ruth Wamboy.
Geoffrey Onsarigo slapped Alex Olaba with a sentence after finding him guilty of 2 charges of attempted murder and witness tampering. Olaba has a rape case pending in court. Olaba and Frank Wanyama are accused of raping a woman on February 11, 2018 at Sifa Apartments in High-Rise, Nairobi.
Conspired to defraud Jeremiah Moya Sailoji.
Meanwhile, a Canadian national has been charged with defrauding a parcel of land worth 60 million in Ngong, Kajiado County.
Shepard Nelson Jason, true or not true? Not true.
Shepard Nelson Jason denied the offense and was directed to deposit a cash bail of 200,000 and a local proof of address.
The accused will stand to lose more by not attending court. Hence, in my view, he is not likely to fail to honor bail or bond terms.
Pre-trial is set for 6 June 2023.
Okay.
Elsewhere, Mike Mbovi Sonko and others have gone to the High Court to seek the review of a case in which they are accused of conspiracy to embezzle 24 million Kenya shillings.
Appellate jurisdiction, the first appellate court has the power to review the matter afresh and come to its own conclusions.
Justice Nixon Sifuna preserved his ruling for 5th July 2023.
And to rule here in open court, and we know after that we know what what is going to follow. That's why thank you everyone for patiently sitting in. We'll give a ruling on 5th July.
Finally, 3 key witnesses in the murder of a businessman, Abdi Fatah Hassan, have testified that they saw the act with their own eyes.
gani?
Mzee alikuwa amekalia miguu na anasema, anaongea kwa Kisomali akisema hapo chest, damu ilikuwa inatoka.
Mohamed Farah Mahadi is accused of stabbing to death the deceased near Al Hidayah Mosque in Isli in September 2023, where the suspect also threatened the son of the deceased. Justice Kani Kimondo has scheduled the hearing on 31st May 2023. Ruth Wamboi for Good Morning Kenya.
Thank you, Ruth Wamboi, for that report. Now, let's go to business, where if you had registered on the Boma Yangu platform for the Affordable Housing Program, you will be automatically boarded to the Housing Development Fund if the Finance Bill 2023 is enacted in its current form. Now, Housing and Urban Planning Principal Secretary Charles Hinga says contributions to the Housing Development Fund will be on a voluntary basis for those in the informal sector and mandatory for those in formal employment.
Been debate about the proposed 3% housing levy for the Affordable Housing Program. Hinga says those contributing to the Housing Development Fund can only opt out of the fund after 7 years and will be allowed to withdraw only their individual contribution and accrued interest.
If you're retiring, if you read what is in the finance bill, it says you get back your money at the earlier of retiring, death, or 7 years. So whichever comes first, we're going to get back your money. So if you retire in 2 years' time, you get back your money, or whatever you saved, okay, because it is your money.
The employer's contribution, however, remains as a surety of the fund.
The informal sector indeed get additional incentives. So with the Boma Yangu, with the housing fund, we will finance Kenyans at 5%, as Hussein said. We will finance Kenyans for up to 30 years. No, so some of you are saying 30 years that you're going to get stuck with 30 years. If you pay it in 5 years, there's no penalty. But we will enable you to pay based on the size of your pocket.
He says 1.8 billion shillings already collected under the Boma Yangu platform will be transferred to the National Housing Fund. To those in the informal sector, PS says the government is offering a 5% subsidy for the housing units since most of them earn less than 50,000 shillings, which is inadequate to afford decent housing without assistance.
That report was prepared by Regina Manyara. Kenya has received funds to facilitate training of horticulture farmers on the best crop husbandry in efforts to reduce interceptions in the international market due to shipment not meeting international standards. Here is Benson Rioba with the details.
In March this year, an avocado consignment destined for Denmark was flagged due to high residue levels. The interception came after a cut flower consignment was also intercepted in Europe due to pest concerns this year, threatening a subsector that netted Kenya 156 billion shillings from exports last year. To address such concerns, the International Center for Evaluation and Development has earmarked 205 million shillings for training farmers on phytosanitary requirements for the different international markets.
Transportation. You see that in Kenya, so many boda are being used to transport, vegetables and fruit from the rural area before it comes to the market.
The training will also focus on proper horticulture husbandry to increase the quality and quantity of yields.
Do we do research and be able to come up with varieties that are suitable to different places?
Considering that need, we really try to fill this production gap where we don't see enough fruits and vegetables produced through small-scale farming.
This as Kenya is expected to sign avocado export deals with Pakistan and India next month.
We are making efforts to diversify to the Far East market, particularly the Chinese market. Currently, we are having interest from the Jordan market for fruits. And of course, we're also trying to open up the Indian market for our avocados.
Players in the horticulture value chain are urging farmers to aggregate their produce and establish cold rooms to minimize post-harvest losses.
Now, Kenya will import 180,000 tons of sugar from outside the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa, that is Commercial Region. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mithika Linturi says the sugar imports will address a shortage which has seen prices steadily increase.
Insufficient stocks of sugar in the international market has led to an increase in prices. A 2-kilogram packet of sugar is now retailing at 420 shillings, up from 290 shillings last month. Kenya plans to import 180,000 tons of sugar from outside member states of the common market for Eastern and Southern Africa COMESA to address the shortage. Millers say a shortage of cane has led to a scarcity of sugar.
Because of that problem of the sugar prices in the market, we are going to authorize the importation of 180,000 metric tons into the country to cushion the sugar consumers from the high or skyrocketing prices of sugar. That is what we are doing. It's a decision which is really unfortunate.
He made the remarks during the announcement that Kenya had won the bid to host the biannual World Potato Congress in July 2026.
Nairobi, Kenya, has been chosen as the site for its 2026 World Potato Congress. The proposed theme for this event is developing global potato partnerships for enhanced food systems, food security, and international trade.
Let's take a break right there. I'll be back with the sports news.
Lakum nitawazidishieni, yani iwe itakavyokuwa. Ikiwa sisi ni watu wenye kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu, Allah atatuzidishia kwa neema mbalimbali ambazo kwamba tunazijua na zile tusizojua.
Ikafikia kiwango ambacho na Aisha radhiallahu anha aliweza kumuuliza, hivi mbona wazidisha ibada kwa wingi sana wakati Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala amekujalia neema? Basi Mtume Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam alijibu kwa kuuliza, je, sipaswi kuwa mja mwenye kumshukuru Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ambaye ni Mola wangu?
That's the power of remembering Allah.
Wewe usishike simu yangu bwana, umesikia?
Manake mimi askari wako walipa shilingi ngapi?
I'm not going, I'm here to stay. You leave this house. Hauna shughuli zingine za kufanya? I am a man of few words.
Kisha nikome.
Beno.
Mimi.
Yes, you go.
Mke mwingine maika naye huyu. Nenda polisi lakini.
Una kilo kitani.
Heshima unipi maika.
Bafu sana.
Welcome back. Now we go to sports, where reigning London Marathon champion, that is Kelvin Kiptum, is among 4 LGSJ Player of the Month winners who were feted yesterday for their achievements in the last 4 months. Kiptum, together with Pamela Adhiambo, Beatrice Chebet and Rosemary Wanjiru, were awarded that is, in an unprecedented multiple award ceremony held yesterday here in Nairobi.
Pamela Adhiambo of Kenya Pipeline Ladies Volleyball Team was named the January Player of the Month for guiding her team to the Kenya Volleyball Federation Ladies National League title during the season's playoffs in Nairobi.
I dedicate this to Coach Paul Murugitau. If it's not for him, I don't think if it's not for him, I will be having this trophy right now.
Meanwhile, Beatrice Chebet was named February winner of the award for winning this year's World Cross Country, while the March award went to the reigning Tokyo Marathon champion Rosemary Wanjiru.
Ya February cross country in Australia ilikuwa challenging, but I didn't expect to win, but ilikuwa Mungu tu. So nashukuru kila mtu kwa support, na kitu nawaambia tu tunazidi kuwork hard.
Niling'ang'ana, nilianguka nikaamuka, na nikang'ang'ana hadi nikaweza kuwa mshindi. So nafurahi sana, nitajikakamua tena niwe tena kupata zawadi wa muhula ya pili.
Finally, London Marathon champion Kevin Kiptum was named the April Player of the Month. The 23-year-old won this year's title in a time of 2 hours, 1 minute and 25 seconds.
Nashukuru SJAC LG kwa kutupea zawadi. Angalau tupe motisha next time tujitahidi. Though ni mara yangu leo kukuja hapa Riadha House kuona Mr. President, ni kwa pleasure.
The 4 beat several other high-flying nominees and were awarded with the LG 55-inch NanoCell TV each.
Congratulations are in order. Now, National Sevens team players, that is Kevin Wekesa and Brian Tanga, have been included in the London Sevens Dream Team for their exploits in the recently concluded London Sevens. The two were influential when Shuja faced Canada, Uruguay and Tonga in a do-or-die task aiming to avoid relegation.
You can't do so.
Wekesa recorded 6 tries in Shuja's first 2 wins against Canada and Tonga on Saturday.
And Kenya strike back.
For his brilliance in both matches, a Kabras RFC player was named top on the DHL Impact Players chart with 3 breaks, 1 offload, 5 carries and 1 circle.
Here's Brian Tanga.
Tanga was a constant player in the Kenyan side that was fighting relegation and performed exemplary in his play-making role, distributing balls and making crucial runs. The Dream Team is a collection of 7 players competing in a series on a specific weekend as voted by fans.
Now, Spanish champions Barcelona suffered a humiliating 3-1 defeat at the hands of Real Valladolid, which is seeking to drag themselves out of the relegation zone. Meanwhile, Real Sociedad beat Almeria 1-0 to move a step closer to Champions League football for the first time in a decade. Well, that's where we end the bulletin this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time to start your day with us here on Good Morning Kenya. Still a lot, plenty lined up for you in the news later on, and also Good Morning Kenya. Michaeline Doreen Arange will be bringing you some discussions just after this, together with Vivian Degwa, who will also be here to give you more on the entertainment. Remember, today is Thursday, which is Entertainment Thursday. So, Doreen, what do we have?
Thank you very much, Marie, for that. We are about to embark on such an interesting discussion, taking cognizance of the fact that this is actually the ongoing conversation in this country. We're looking at housing, the housing agenda, and I can tell you for sure the same has also been captured in the dailies that I'm seeing this morning. Also, this is a matter that yesterday the PS housing did try so much to expound and explain to Kenyans what exactly this will mean. But also, this is part of what forms basis of our discussion for the next about 40 minutes. We are looking at urban urbanization policy, and which way with that, in which way in regards to that in this country. And for the same, I have created FaceTime with Maimuna Sharif, who is the Executive Director, UN Habitat, and also a champion of sustainable urbanization. Maimuna, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Doreen, for having me here. Thank you.
And thank you so much for making time as well.
Yes, my pleasure.
Pleasure is all ours too. Now, before even we get to the whole conversation of housing, let's just start with the basics and really just understand what exactly is the UN Habitat role in this country.
As you know, that is a UN Habitat is a United Nations Human Settlement Program.
Okay.
Human Settlement Program.
Yeah.
This is endorsed by the General Assembly from the Habitat 1 in Vancouver in 1976, and in 1978 we have the UN Habitat Human Settlement Program, or you can United Nations Human Settlement Program, or in short, UN Habitat. Our role, we are given the mandate to look at the socially and environmentally in terms of the human settlement. May it be in the villages, may it big metropolitan cities, or even in the small cities, in intermediate cities. I think this is very important, and our work is looking into the how we can improve the quality of life for all. For all here is not only human.
Yes.
We are talking about quality of life for all, either is from the human, flora and fauna.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where our vision is to improve quality of life for all in the urbanizing world. You know that is the world now is keep on urbanizing. And then that's our headquarters is here. And I'm very happy that I'm already been here for the past 6 years as an Executive Director of UN Habitat, trying to implement the mandate given by the General Assembly to us.
Mm-hmm. You're really talking about human settlement programs.
Mm-hmm.
How have you been doing this? Because this is one of the key, I should say, pressing issues when you look at settlement. How have you so far been dealing with this?
We celebrate this year 45th year. Yeah,
of doing this.
Yes, for our organization.
Mm-hmm.
And what we are looking at is that is how our organization work together with the what's so called member state and the government and the people of all walks of life, and to work in two ways. In one is providing the technical advice, what so you normally call in the UN is the normative part of our work. The norm, creating the guidelines, the urban policy, the regulation, the tools. And second is implementing the project on the ground, together with the government, with the local government, and also with the people. And in Kenya, we have been doing, and also in Africa, we have been doing quite a lot. And in fact, our HQ is in Kenya,
yes.
And also our regional office in Kenya, and Africa as a whole, and Asia is the two continents which is really have the higher rate of urbanization. So we are looking into the very simple and humble way of looking at how can we provide the basic services for humanity.
Yes.
For example, housing, a roof, you know, I mean, is beyond above the head, but is more than that, more than the four wall. And also basic services like water, electricity, sanitation, health, employment, and we're not forgetting also the recreation, the culture. So I think this is what we are working together, and in providing the technical advice to the government, and creating the resolution, the regulations in terms of land system, land tenure, and also in terms when we talk about basic services and housing, in terms of the regulation. Now we talk about the green infrastructure, resilient building. That is where UN Habitat, our technical expert, and we also implement pilot project on the ground. When is it successful, we hand over to the government to scale up and to spread out the project.
So just allow me to ask this to see if I've gotten this correctly. When it comes to those matters that you've talked about, housing, water, electricity, sanitation, employment, you said that you give advice to the government?
Yes.
On better ways to do this?
Yes.
We'll come to that in a short while, especially when it comes to housing.
Okay.
Nonetheless, talk to me about the difference between the United Nations Habitat and the United Nations Habitat Assembly. How do the two intertwine?
UN Habitat Human Settlement Program is the name of the organization. Is one of the UN agencies, because we have many UN agencies like UN Environment, UN Women, UN ACR, but UN Habitat is one of the agencies dealing with human settlement and dealing with socially, environmentally, trying to provide a better quality of life for people. And the United Nations Assembly or UN Habitat Assembly is the tool, is the highest level of legislative body that deal with urbanization and human settlement. The UN Habitat Human Settlement Program is the organization, but within this organization there is a body, there is a legislator that we have in the UN Habitat program. We have 3 levels of governance. The first level is the first level is UN Habitat Assembly.
Okay.
The highest level. You have the United Nations Environmental Assembly, United Nations Health Assembly, United Nations maybe Human Rights Assembly, but this is United Nations United Nations Habitat Assembly. Habitat meaning the human settlement. And we also, below that, we have the Community for Permanent Representative. And the third is Executive Board. So United Nations Assembly, the UN Habitat Assembly is the highest legislative body dealing with legislation, regulation, policies for human settlement. So when we talk about urbanization, when we talk about human settlement, this is the highest legislative body in the UN. And it's going to take place in Nairobi on the 5th of June and to the 9th of June next month.
I hear you.
Yes.
And we'll also come to that to understand what that would mean for this country and what we should expect from that.
Yeah.
But before then, the United Nations Habitat has been engaged in about 30 projects in some 22 counties in this country since 2013. Maimuna, talk to me about the nature of these projects and to what end has it reached so far as you speak?
I would like to look at in 2 aspects.
Okay.
Yeah. One is the nature of the normative part of our work, meaning that working together with the government, working together with the governors, the counties, and working together with the communities in giving them advice, in helping them to formulate regulation, to formulate guidelines. And for example, like for Kenya, we have 2 sets. One is when I just joined in 2018, we have the Habitat Country Program for Kenya. And now we are going to launch the Habitat Country Program for Kenya for the second version. And in that Habitat Country Program, we put down we study and we do the research. We lay down what are the aspects to be in terms of planning, economic, social environment that is needed in Kenya. And then we will work together with, in this case, Kenyan government to implement it. Second is the actual project on the ground. One, the normative part is, I'll give you an example. through the Habitat Country Program, we put on the proposed urban policy. And we propose also to have the maybe Kenya National Urban Forum. I think this is already, I already presented this to the government, to the president, and I hope that they are looking into this, because from the new urban agenda that was endorsed in Quito in 2016, as Kenya is also the signatory, that we have to implement the new urban agenda through the National Urban Forum, talking about the policy, about the countries. That from there, we trickle it down to the strategy, to the action plan, to the counties. For example, like waste management. We have also worked with Kisumu, we work with Nakuru, and then in terms of housing, we also work together with the government in Nairobi, that we already launched around 5,000 units of affordable housing in Movoko, and then also giving the actual program that now we are looking into the Nairobi River urban regeneration. How can we bring back life to the Nairobi River? How can we, well, the KPI is very high. How can we see fish swimming back into the Nairobi River? So the two things that I would like to start is, one is the normative part, to help in terms of formulating the strategy, formulating the policy. The other one is the actual work on the ground, working together with the governors, working together with the people on the ground, and also working together with the young people and the women on the ground. So these two aspects.
So basically what you've been doing for the past 13 years, you're looking at policy framework and actual work on the ground.
Yes.
And this is, you know, bringing together the communities of these counties that you really did choose in terms of waste management, looking at housing, and even now as you speak, as you said, Nairobi River urban regeneration.
Yeah.
But also I'd want to get from you, what informed these 22 counties? Because in Kenya we have 47 counties. So this project that you're talking about that you've been doing since 2013, what really informed your decision to choose the specific 22 counties?
That is what I was understand, is that I joined in 2018, but this one you said that is from the
2013.
From 2013.
Yes.
But we also work together with the governors or that are coming to us. Please help us. How can we do this? When I joined in, I saw that is the first plan that I saw is the Kisumu waterfront, and then how can we help to revitalize the waterfront? And I think that they are already implementing it. That's one. Second is how can we reclaim and give a better community livelihood?
Yes.
If you go to Dendora, for example, we managed to work together with the people in also with the community and the young people in Dendora, to convert many open dump site, rubbish dump site, into public spaces. I love to go there to see the spirit of the people there. And we use this one is the normative part of our work. We use the block by block methodology, which we develop. And then we go to the ground and then we explain to the people, said, let's do this. We would like to work together with you so that we can improve your quality of life, we can improve the cleanliness. I went to few times in Dendora, and even Dendora managed to get the award, Dubai Award. So that's how we work. And for the river, Nairobi River urban regeneration, if you look at the Machuki Park, that is very near. Yes, that is the first part of the project.
Yes.
And we would like to go all the way down. And to do this, we need to engage the people, because to me, it's no point that we dig the river to take out the rubbish, where if we don't engage the people, where the people who are living along that area is still putting rubbish into the river. So we need to have a holistic approach. That is what we promoted, people process. an integrated approach.
Yeah.
In doing whatever big project or small project, we believe in people approach in UN Habitat.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Now that you joined in 2018, these are 5 years later. What has been the reception of the people in some of these counties? You've talked about Dandora, that's in Nairobi. You've talked about Mavoko, that's in Machakos, as well as Kisumu, and the various other 18, other counties to make it 22. What has been the reception of these people with regards to all these projects you've talked about? And again, I'll mention them just for the purpose of viewers to understand what exactly you're doing. You talked about waste management, you talked about housing, and the now Nairobi revitalization project. What has been the reception of these communities?
They want more.
Of these projects?
Yes. Please come more. Plus, please join us. We want to have a better life. And I remember when I walked along the Nairobi River together with the youth, then they took me to a place called Kamukunji. Kamukunji. I said, Edie, please, this is our work. That is their work. I was impressed that the community and the people changed the open dump site into a public space.
Yeah.
And I was saying people are lying under the tree enjoying the sun, and then people are running that, Edie, we want more. We already done this, they call me Edie because sometimes they cannot pronounce my name Maimuna, she call me Edie, executive director. We want more. We want the bench here, we want to plant trees here, how can you help us? I feel inspired when we go there. I say that we want more. So I think this is the acceptance of the people on the ground, especially the young people. How can we do this? For example, like when we went to Matari, so we look at the rubbish. They said that okay, also the bottle, the glass bottle, and then they said that yes, they clean the bottle. What's next?
What next?
What's next? So I said that I have the experience that this bottle you can crunch it, you can make it into a souvenir. You know, the glass souvenir that they put all this animal like elephant and then and lion on the glass. Yeah, and they are doing it now, and they sent to me the present is a map of Africa, and came to me and said, thank you very much, Executive Director. This is for you. It's in my office now. So meaning that they have the talent, but they need the encouragement, and they also need help in terms of knowledge and also in terms of small contribution for them to start.
I hear you. And I'm just listening to you speak, Executive Director Maimuna, of this, especially places that you've been with. You talked about Madara, you talked about Kamukunji, and the various other areas that you've been with as you continue with these projects. And I'm thinking about the latest research indicating that by 2025, that's just 2 years from now, more than half of Kenya's population will be living in urban centers. We're looking at a population of 50 million Kenyans. So we're talking about more than 25 million Kenyans will be living in urban areas. Today we are celebrating the 60th anniversary of the African Union. Looking at the milestones of where we've come as an African bloc 60 years later since its inception from OAU now to AU, and the challenges, the achievements. Looking at that, is Kenya ready to accommodate more than half of its population in urban centers?
Whether you are ready or not, you have to face this. But I think there is a certain approach that we can do. One is that I remember, I think, is it last year or in 2021, we have the Every Cities conference in Kisumu.
Yeah.
And I remember at that time, we are talking about intermediary city, the role of secondary cities. Because we know that Nairobi or any part of the large capital, they are attracting migration from the rural area to the urban area. That's why they call it urbanization. People move from rural to urban.
Yeah.
But if we don't tackle the planning of these secondary cities, because they come into the center because they thought that there is an employment.
Which are the secondary
attraction.
cities?
for the secondary schools, like for the Nairobi is the capital.
Yes.
Maybe like Kisumu, Nyeri, Nakuru, all these cities around Nairobi.
Okay.
That we need to plan, and we need to also give resources so that the people can stay at these secondary cities or intermediate cities rather than coming into Nairobi to find job or maybe to get education.
I hear you. Just hold it there,
Yes.
Maimuna. I want us to
Yes.
take a very quick breather. We come back and you explain to us more of that.
Yes.
Ready or not ready, what we need to do in regards to that. Time for that breather. We circle back with plenty more of this discussion. Don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
Berlin is calling. The footballing fraternity is taking note. Defending champions RB Leipzig have reached the DFB Pokal final for the third successive season after an emphatic 5-1 win over SC Freiburg.
Danny Olmo, there's no pressure on him, and he's found Nkunku! Ruthless!
Similarly, Eintracht Frankfurt are into the final of the DFB Cup following a 3-2 victory over VfB Stuttgart. The DFB Pokal hits a crescendo on Saturday, 3rd June at 9 p.m. when RB Leipzig will be up against Eintracht Frankfurt, live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1. Don't miss out on the unexpected delight.
It is Colomboigny against Bredlow, a battle Colomboigny was never going to lose.
KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Nitakufa ni waondoke.
Toke mwende.
Mresh, ibuka chini.
Mam, huku si kwetu.
Si kwangu, ni kwenyu. Huku ni kwa budako.
Unaonekana umepata jiko.
Mimi siwezi mind aolewe tu na Jabali.
Of course.
What's happening to marriages nowadays?
Usiwe mtakuwa na pesa kukuliko. Mnaenda wapi?
Kwani ulimtishia unataka kwenda ng'ambo? Well, I'm not a coward to just up and live.
I don't care what it takes, but you're going nowhere.
Keep dreaming.
Trish, unafanya nini hapa?
You know what, if you're okay with Mama Jabali being your co-wife, I'm not okay with Trish being here.
Haunitishi.
Your handsome face will be all over very soon.
Are you serious?
Pete, my darling, I am here to stay.
Hey, Buddha. Umekama na mazawadi za mafans eh? Wachana na hizi. Nataka nikuambia kwamba Dunda ndio hivyo tena imerejea ndani ya KBC Channel 1 kuanzia Ijumaa hii itakuwa ndani. Au niaje bro?
Nakwambia maswala, michakato, habari, mitazamo, mahojiano na masuala yote ya sport unayopokea moja kwa moja kutoka Dunda ndani ya KBC Channel 1 kila siku ya Ijumaa.
Viwanjani. Na ndio sababu nakufahamisha kwamba mtu wangu bwana, kuanzia Ijumaa hii, yani tunakuletea soka ya humu nchini, barani Afrika na zaidi ya yote kutoka kule ughaibuni. Sawa sawa. Lakini yote tisa bwana, usisahau ya kwamba mashabiki pia huku nako hatujawaacha nyuma. Au sio? Zawadi hapa ni
bila
free of charge.
Yani bila malipo.
Kila shabiki atakuwa anapata zawadi. Ndio sababu nakuambia kwamba kuanzia Ijumaa hii Dunda viwanjani ndani ya KBC Channel 1. Mambo moto moto, au sio?
We definitely appreciate your valid company. We continue apace with our discussion, still holding hot with Maimuna Sharif, the Executive Director of UN Habitat and the champion of sustainable urbanization. We're looking at urbanization policy in this country. Maimuna, before we took that break, we were just trying to explore the fact that in the next 2 years, looking at what statistics has for us, that we are looking at more than half of Kenya's population living in the urban centers. And I was trying to compare that with the fact that today, being the 25th of May, we are actually celebrating 60th anniversary of the African Union since its inception, from when it changed to OAU now to AU, looking at the milestones and the challenges and where we are as an African bloc with regards to our issues. And so with all of this, my question to you was, are we ready as Kenya, from the African continent, for this, that more than half of our population living in urban centers?
Kenya have to be ready.
Regardless. So how do we plan now?
Urbanization is there to stay. And people will continue moving into the urban area. As long as we don't do proper planning. What I mean by planning is that, for example, I give you, I came from Malaysia.
Yes.
Yeah. And Kuala Lumpur is the capital. And along Kuala Lumpur, we have Penang, we have Ipoh, we have what I talked to you just now, the secondary cities.
Yeah.
If we don't plan Penang, Ipoh, Johor, Malacca, all these secondary cities surround Kuala Lumpur, people will continue coming in thinking that they can get what they want in Kuala Lumpur, what they want in Nairobi. Employment, housing, health, education. But if we plan well all these secondary cities, there's no reason for them to go into the capital, because they can have the education, proper education in the smaller cities. They can have the convenience, the banking and all that. They can have health. They can have also the entertainment in the secondary cities. That's why the overall planning for the whole country is important. The spatial planning and the economic planning, because spatial planning is dealing with space, the land use planning, and the spatial planning is also have to link with the physical planning. If you do the land use planning without the budget, it cannot be. So that spatial planning must be aligned with the fiscal planning.
Yes.
Then there's no reason people to come to the city, because they have the that is planning is important. Second, that we have to invest in basic infrastructure, communication, road, and then in terms of the what you call it, the mobility, because now there are a lot of new thinking after the COVID-19, talking about the mixed use, talking about the 15-minute city, talking about the compact city. So one thing that is important is planning. Because when we have a very transparent land use planning, that's my experience in Malaysia, then we can attract investors to invest. Because they know that if they invest in this particular land, particular area, they know what is their neighbor to be. Because that land use planning that is gazetted, that is implemented, is very important. Not only the planning, but must be implemented. Otherwise, it's only plan and then it's keep it in on the cupboard and they collect dust.
Yeah.
That's the implementation is important. That is where I used to say that policy must be translated into practice, into on the ground. That's what we did in my experience as a former mayor in Penang. When we did the plan, we even calculated the plan, what is the gross development value of this plan? How can we attract investment to come to this plan? How is it impact the people with this plan? By coloring pink color, or blue color, or green color, how is it that impacted the people in that area or in the country? The impact and also that is very important through the public participation and public engagement. That is important.
So these things that you're saying, will they feature in the Habitats meeting between the June of 5th and 9th?
Yes. Okay. We have 5 areas of priority that we are putting up very clearly into habitat assembly. One is on the adequate and affordable housing, because we believe that housing is a human right. People must have a roof on the head, not only just a roof, but it's building a community, building a home.
Yeah.
Second is on the climate change. We know that now, drought, flooding, that is also another area that priority. Third is on urban crisis. Fourth, in localization of the SDG. How can we localize? And the fifth is, before all this, we need prosperity and finance. Don't talk if there is no fifth one, the finance. How can we finance urban agenda? How we can finance, when we talk about giving the infrastructure, what is the financial mechanism that is, and all this need a commitment, need an action plan, not only the resolution. We have resolution on housing, we have resolution on smart city, we have resolution on localization. If resolution is there's no implementation plan, it just become a paper, nothing.
If resolution does not have an implementation plan, it just becomes a paper. And part of the 5 things that you've talked about, which are going to feature keenly in this particular meeting between the June of 5th and June of 9th, is the issue of educating and affordable housing. And you also lastly talked about finance. Affordable housing is a key conversation in this country right now, and I'm so sure you've heard about it. And you're also a proponent for this the president's policy. In fact, you know, that has really featured heavily in all these dailies I'm seeing here this morning. From where you sit, Maimuna, and you can perhaps even give examples with Malaysia and Singapore, because our leaders keep giving us those examples. What is it that we are missing as a country? And the reason why I ask this is because we have seen civil society groups, the latest being the Law Society of Kenya, the latest entrant into the opposing of this, you know, plan. And if it has to be there, then they have to reduce it from 3% to 1%. That's the government proposal, that you as a Kenyan, you contribute 3% and your employer matches that to have 6%, and all in a bid to ensure that we actually have affordable housing. What is this that we are missing, that we're not seeming to agree with the government, listening to what you've talked about over time in this conversation about housing and urbanization and how important it is?
Housing is very important. Before we talk about implementation of housing, we must have data. The data, that's why my experience in Malaysia and as a former mayor, that data is very important in order for us to make an informed decision. Data on how many, the supply and demand of housing, data of the threshold of the people, the level of income, and also data on in terms of the land tenure. Because without this data, we cannot formulate the housing policy. Because if without data, it's very difficult for us to implement whatever policy and regulation that we have. No? One is data. Second is the policy. Implementable policy. Maybe it's not perfect policy, but implementable policy. As I said earlier, policy must be implemented on the ground. Policy to practice, practice to impact. This is important. And the third is that the commitment of the leaders to implement the policy. We have the policy. I think in Kenya they also have, I remember the PS Charles Hinger said yesterday, we have policies in 60 years ago. But where is the implementation? Where is the funding to implement? So I think this is very important, is leadership, governance. Governance, it can be the rules and regulation, and so an enabling factor. That is the finance. Finance, it can be public-private partnership, because housing, we cannot put everything on the government.
Then if you're saying that public-private partnerships in terms of financing, from where you sit, don't you think we need to go that route as opposed to having a Kenyan contribute 3% and the employer 3%? Why don't we use that?
We need both, the government and also the people, because in Malaysia we are also paying income tax, and we also contribute to our employment fund, where later on you can use that also to become as a deposit for buying a house.
Yeah.
And also the government, they have the formula when they, according to the, I said that according to the category, that's why we need data, and according to category, to give a certain incentive. For example, like if you earn certain amount of income, then they give you a low cost housing, and then low medium cost housing. And if you cannot, maybe they have also public housing renting. It's 100 ringgit Malaysia per month. It's like $25 per month. And this is a public housing is renting. But after a certain number of years, if you are your income is increased, then you go to the next level. So there are many strategies. That's why we need the data, the information to construct the implementable strategies. And then we implement it, and then for example, like private sector in Malaysia, if they implement more than 100 units of the normal housing, the high-rise housing, they have to contribute 30%. If they construct 100 units, 30 units must be low-cost housing, given free to the government. That there are many areas. So I said that I believe we need to get the data right.
We need to get the data right, and even as we speak about data, just also a good place for me to inform you as a Kenyan that as we speak, the public hearings are still ongoing. This is being spearheaded by the Finance Committee, headed by Molo, Member of Parliament, that is Kimani Kuria, still ongoing with regards to this issue of housing. And that's also a good place for you as a Kenyan to bring your input with regards to public participation, public engagement, as you say, Maimuna. And as we draw near to end this discussion, I want to pick what exactly you are doing with the Kenya Editors Guild, because on May 9th you had a convergence and you're looking at perhaps possible ways to accelerate the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG. And I'm just looking at how media and this urban issue is coming together. How are they marrying?
Media play a very crucial role in disseminating the idea of sustainability.
Okay.
Because we need to work together with the media, and the media need to understand. Sometimes they say that, Maimuna, what is the meaning of sustainable development? Can you break it down to the normal language that everybody can understand? That's where the localization of the SDG is important, to localize it in the maybe Swahili language.
Okay.
In this, so that is the.
So that's
importance.
how media comes in.
Yes, that's the way media comes in.
Okay.
It's very important for UN Habitat to work together with the media. I'm very happy that I'm here today. I'm very happy. So thank you so much, KBC, and also for the Editors Guild, because we need them to bring down, to communicate our agenda, the urban agenda, to the people on the ground, to the traders on the ground, to the youth on the ground, to the women's group on the ground, so that we can work together. Because I would like to flip, to flip the urbanization is bad. But if you know, city is the engine of growth, correct? City is the hub of talent. City is the hub of investment. City is the hub of technology. Then why in the city there's a lot of problem? So if you make the cities right,
I hear you,
then we can flip that urbanization. If it's well planned, well managed,
yes,
it can give you an opportunities for everybody, improve the quality of life for everybody.
I hear you. I mean, thank you so much, Maimuna, for your time and for your valuable inputs into this discussion. At least now we understand what you do in this country with regards to urbanization and proper settlements of Kenyans, all together. Thank you so much for your time.
So come.
Yeah, this is June, as you've said, June 5th to June 9th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
That has been Maimuna Sharif, the Executive Director, UN Habitat and champion of sustainable urbanization. What has formed center of this discussion for the past 45 minutes is looking at the urbanization policy in this country and just which way to go in regards to providing good settlements for Kenyans. And a good place to end this conversation, but Good Morning Kenya continues after this. Breather Vivian Dego is coming up next with a lot. Thank you.
option ni wewe, safwa elewe. I'm on a romantic call. Nimekunokia na techno kuhanga papana. I'm on a romantic call. Better option ni wewe. Leo nimebai bamba, leta mamako tuongee. Tulikosana tangu masikio nitoboe. Hii namba ni ya msee wa movie hapa base. Usireply hata kikutext. Uliwacha kubonda tangu kuku zenu ziende missing. Mliacha kushuku ule mkisi kuna ukame. Na hope bako aliunda fence. Naogopa sana kuliwe na fisi. I'm on a romantic call. Baby panda mti kama network ni blanda. I'm on a romantic call. Better option ni wewe, safwa elewe. I'm on a romantic call. Nimekunokia na techno kuhanga papana. I'm on a romantic call. Better option ni wewe. Romantic kielewe, kielewe, lazima nikuweke, kielewe, kielewe, lazima nikuweke, kielewe, kielewe, lazima nikuweke, kielewe, kielewe, lazima nikuweke.
Some balls nipigane juu yako, nibonge na God nimwitishe bei yako, nilale chini unikalie kichapo, nibonge na gang ndo tufike rorasho, pia nadai tuwatese Nairobi hadi da, couple goals too much outfits za Adidas, kubali ni kushike ni kukunjie kwa cab, shukuru ex wako I'm glad alikudamp, my gold una glitter, fashion killer, grass is greener when the thighs are thicker, na picture yo tumbo ikiget bigger, nataka kaboy unadeka kwen assistant, 2 hours on a video call na we, we feel like a minute we can do this all night.
Nitakufa ni waondoke.
Mtoke mwende.
Mresh, ubuka chini.
Mam, huku si kwetu.
Si kwangu, ni kwenyu. Huku ni kwa budako.
Inaonekana umepata jiko.
Mimi siwezi mind aolewe tu na Jabali.
Of course.
What's happening to marriages nowadays?
Usiwe mtakuwa na pesa kukuliko. Mnaenda wapi?
Kwani ulimtishia unataka kwenda ng'ambo? Well, I'm not a coward to just up and live.
I don't care what it takes, but you're going nowhere.
Keep dreaming.
Trish, unafanya nini hapa?
You know what, if you're okay with Mama Jabali being your co-wife, I'm not okay with Trish being here.
Haunitishi.
Your handsome face will be all over very soon.
Are you serious?
Pete, my darling, I am here to stay.
Nishapata jiko, kama cheating ni drugs niko detox, mfuna nipa uhai kuna symptoms, safisha signal.
Neza bro some balls nipigane juu yako, nibonge na God nimwitishe bei yako, nilale njaa unikalie kichapo, nibonge na gang ndo tufike rorasho.
I'm on a romantic call, baby panda mti kama network ni blanda. I'm on a romantic call, better option ni wewe, safwa elewe. I'm on a romantic call, nimekunokia na techno kuhanga papana. I'm on a romantic call, better option ni wewe. Romantic kielewe, kielewe, lazima nikuweke, kielewe, kielewe, lazima nikuweke, lazima nikuweke. Ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum. Yeah. It's a You're gonna my one side. You make me give number. Me no feel look and pass. She give me eye contact. Oh baby Jack, come on. Oh baby Jack, give me this your love. Me I go show you love. As long as you know with me, Joe. Your body must go kill him, and I know mine to be one of them. Columbia body name, I want to make my mind a rest. You better make a day with you, cause it's solo show than they cost. Baby turn around, make a come on top. Feel like I take it by now. You like a boss like Anna. Show to me love, Amaya. Put all the love for trousers. You make me want to the dance, girl. Mama Yankulia. Control shift to your pants, girl. Come taking my banana. Yeah, yeah, now this kind thing. Your body they stand it, no, no. Your body they draw like a bono. Your body they hot, you bono. Feel like I take it by now. You like a boss like Anna. Show to me love, Amaya. Put all the love for trousers. Say you get one girl away, show me love. That time I've been they play along. Right now I want day for this love. Oh no, yeah, yeah. I'm on her when she enter, she cause it casala. Miss my flight, I jump in your Okada. Girl, I want you, and I miss your banger. Oh no, yeah, yeah. Girl, you sweet like feel like I take it by now. You like a boss like Anna. Show to me love, Amaya. Put all the love for trousers. She come from her, my thing too long. She want to taste in my cocktail. My day and the kind day. I know they one day you like say me I supposed to go holiday, but I want to stay. Yeah, yeah. She thought I was crazy. She said, baby, don't play me. When I hear it, she be screaming my name. Yeah, I'm driving her crazy. Yeah, she want it on a daily. And she call me on the phone, so she want to know if I come back again. She want the corner, my location. She want to germinate on top of this.
She got me like ta 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 ta. A very warm welcome from wherever it is that you are watching us from. This is Entertainment Thursday. My name is Vivian Dago. You can simply just call me Miss V, and the minute you see me on your screens, you definitely know that we are about to have some good vibes over here. It is all about that entertainment to make sure that you kickstart your day on a high note. Now, if there's a story that is making headlines right now in the entertainment scene, then it definitely has to be a Tina Turner story. We know that we have lost a legend. Tina Tina Turner, the queen of rock and roll, has passed on at the age of 83. I mean, Tina Turner is a legendary artist. She has given us so many hits, from What's Love Got to Do, among many other songs. She sold over 100 million records worldwide and is among the greatest recording artists of all time. Many artists have gotten to eulogize her as a pioneer in this entertainment industry, and she got to walk so that many other soul artists can be able to run. And for that reason, we celebrate her life today and wish that her soul may rest in eternal peace. Well, away from that, today we are gonna be having an amazing show. We have a DJ with us, and just before we get into the music, I hope you guys are gonna get your shoes, your dancing shoes ready, because that is what we will be doing here. With me, joining me right this very minute, standing on my left side, is an artist, a singer, songwriter, and performing artist from the 254 who has numerous records out, and we're gonna be knowing more about him. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing right here for Entertainment Thursday, the one, the only king of the Lakeside, Da King. Eish, yoni gani? Ebu?
Lakeside Sword.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing very well. How's your morning coming along?
Morning kofiti.
Mekunywa chai leo? Bado?
Honestly, bado.
Hata mimi bado sijakunywa after.
But I'm good though.
We'll do that after this.
Yeah.
Kindly introduce yourself to the people. Just let them know who Da King is from your perspective.
Okay, I go by the name Da King, one and only king of Lakeside, number one in the game, number one in your heart. I'm back, baby. I'm back. Nilikuwa nimepotea kidogo, but I'm back.
Yeah.
Business as usual, as you know.
Ulikuwa umepotea ukifanya nini? What was happening in your life? Because you seem to have taken quite a long break.
Okay, like politics was there. Yeah, I was in politics kidogo, helping my boy Jalango. And Abbas, South Sea finest. Yeah, so I was in politics, so I was like, I can engage politics at the same time music. So I just make a decision of just helping my boys, and now I'm back.
All right.
Yeah, business as usual, running my businesses. Yeah. Yeah.
You used to be known, or rather to go by the name Cool Malk, Da King. What happened? Seems like you've done a rebrand. We don't have the Cool Malk anymore. It's just Da King.
I'm getting old, yeah, and the cool is going. So I just pick Da King because my age are they are running fast, so I don't know if I can still maintain the coolness in me. But I'm still cool though. But I just want to do away with the Cool Malk. I just want to bring Da King in the picture. Yeah. So I want them to know me as Da King, because before it was Cool Malk Da King.
Yeah.
But now I just want Da King to come out louder, come out bigger. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think you're the king of the Lakeside?
One and only.
One and only king of the Lakeside.
Ama kuna mwingine?
Sijui, labda uniambie.
Oh, kuna King Kaka.
King Kaka pia ni wa Lakeside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alafu we have Timidat, OG. Lakini I think me, I'm the king of Lakeside.
You're the king.
Yeah.
But do you say? All right, we'll go with your word. All right, so there's this question I love to ask every artist, because I would want to know where your background of music is coming from. So what are your earliest memories of music?
No, I can just say like, it was a journey. I struggled a lot, but at least I'm here. Yeah. Most of the time nasemanga tu ni bidii. If you just weka Mungu mbele, then weke bidii, everything will be fine. But it's not an easy journey. I can tell you that for free. Ni journey ile inahitaji cash. Because music ndio ufike ile level niko ama place niko, kuna like lazima tukue tu na team behind you, or you are just loaded. Unapata. So like me, I have, like naweza sema, I got good friends who helped me a lot. Yeah. Naweza sema niko na mabeste wale wananisaidia sana. Likes of Umatao, Gordon. Ni wase wengi, list ingine kubwa sana hata ambapo nikikwambia hapa sasa, Slim Films, LG. wase wengi tu sana. So unapatanga like hata niko na manager wangu mpya aliona tu wenyewe uboya amepotea sana, so akakuja anaitwa Ngetich. Kijana mdogo na pesa. Kijana na pesa, mambo mad sana. So unapata like that's it.
What is your earliest encounter with music? Ningependa kujua, like, when was the first time you realized, there's this thing called music, and I feel like, you know, I have a liking for it.
Okay, like, I can say that I was born to entertain. Yeah. First I was playing football. When things did go the way I planned, I switched to music. Because niliona tu nimezaliwa mtu anafanya wasewa sikia. So like nilianza kuimba kitambo hata back in the days when I was in school. Ilipata hata ukipata saa zile unaona player akifunga bao anaenda kucelebrate, wengine wanaenda chini hivi. Mimi nilikuwa naenda pale nashika hiyo nini mic na roga wase kidogo ndio narudi pitch. So ilikuwa ni something ilikuwa tu kwa damu, I can say that. And when things ilienda lof, nikasema tu wenyewe I can take this thing as a job. So niliweka as a job, ambapo right now niko na The King Empire, where I have some artists. Like niko na 3 good artists now, 1 bado we are still working on the contract. But with time nitawaletanga pole pole tu.
Talk to me about The King Empire, and how do you pick which artist is going to be part of this empire?
Usually what I usually do is that I love good music, and when I say good music, I know what I'm saying, because kutunza muziki sio rahisi. And ukiona mtu anachukua time yake aweke lines, yani aweke maneno ikuje to some melody, is not an easy job. So mostly mi upenda wale wasanii wanajituma, like unaweza pata msanii akona good music. Kuna good music, sweet music ziko mob sana, but unapata msanii akona good music, but ana njia za kutoa hii muziki yake nje, ana venye anaweza enda places wase wajue ngoma yake, except of TikTok and YouTube and Facebook, social media in general. So mseka huyu nikimspot nitamstudy, cause siwezi make decision haraka na one song hiyo nimeona. Nitajaribu nimfuatilie nione like 3 of his songs zile anatoa. So unapata the more anazitoa, unapata kama ni msee yule akona talent, utapata anafanya kazi mzuri, ni venye tu direction diana. So usually approach them. Now texting to inbox zao social media venye napata, hi, I'm The King, I would love to meet you, ufanye kazi. Mostly hiyo ndio angaline yangu, nataka tu ni commit tufanye kazi. So unapatanga sometimes they respond, but mostly unapatanga wase wengi sana wanataka wakuje, but ukiangalia you can't help them all. Mtachukua tu wale at least, but unapata wase wengi sana wako kwa hiyo nje. So mostly me pick like moja nikiona pia wewe kuna ule unushampick, but aizienda alikuja tu na ile njia moja, but venye amefika hapo ameona ako kwa comfort zone. So hataki kusonga, hata bidi sometimes unamwambia yo kesho tuko studio saa 6 ya usiku, nishabook everything, akuji. So mpaka unashinda what's going on. But though naweza sema for now all my artists wamecomplain sana, cause niliwaweka pending kidogo, cause I was more into politics sana, cause politics pia inakuanga mzuri juu unapata hapo ndio pale tunapata uongozi mzuri. When you have a good leadership,
they're going to be putting out policies that will affect you,
especially hata unaona somebody like Jalango and Abbas, au ni wase wale wanaangalia youth sana, wanaangalia entertainment sana. So unapata mtu kama huyo nilisikia tu venye manifesto yake, nikaona yenyewe I need to help this guy, so that uzito niko nayo ya kusaidia watu wengine, they can chip in and help me. Unaona, because ni wase wale wanajitolea. Well, you know Heavy J Jalango, wewe unamjua MP wa Langata, and Abbas pia unamjua, ni msee mwingine mzuri. So I was like, okay, let me just sacrifice this 1 year, engage myself into politics. When I come back, I will be me, and I will be The King. Pa.
Okay. You just mentioned how you pick the artists that are going to be part of The King Empire, and I'd love to know what happens when you pick them. Does it mean that you take care of
everything they do in terms of music, because in some areas when an artist is kind of signed, you know, the management does everything for them, including even paying rent. Have we gotten to that level in the country?
Okay, like what I can say is that we are growing. Time is going fast, but you see, when I pick an artist, I will just take you like a musician, then I will take your music with you. But kuna vitu zile hizi pesa kidogo ya rent nini hizo tutadiscuss. Hizo ni sio vitu tunaleta kwa contract, tukisign contract. The contract ile tunasign mimi na wewe ni contract ya muziki yako. Unapata? So basically I will be dealing with your music. Your life I will just, unajua kuna benye mse unaweza muuliza before akuje nitamuuliza okay, where do you stay? Una stay na maparo nini. Ukishasikia tu foundation yake kidogo, most of the time unapata, unajua wasanii sisi pia tunapenda kujidanganya. So utapata instead ya huyu jamaa kukuambia ukweli, atakudanganya tu kama mtoto. Nini ile life ya kujipandisha, but which is not healthy. So me mostly nikishajua okay, uko na place unaishi na wazazi ama somebody, so there ndio namwambia, so I want to focus in your music. Nataka nikutoe pali nilikuwa kufikishe pali niko, or God willing tuende zaidi. Hiyo ndio kitu mimi mostly I focus on their music. Because once unajua hakuna haja ulipie mse rent, umpatie gari, umpatie everything, akuwe kwa club nini and siku ile unamwacha hapo ajui penye anaweza. That's why I say most artists do commit suicides. Because ni mzuri just chukua jembe, patia umse, muonyeshe hii ni shamba, alafu muonyeshe venye watu ulima. So when nikichukua music yako niweke mzuri, ni kubrand kwa somebody big, unajua hata tukiwachana watakujua. So hiyo ndio kitu mimi mostly nataka nifanyia wasanii, because hii story ya kukupatia small money, that will not help you. I just want you to help yourself. Sitaki nikusaidie.
I agree with you on that. You mentioned TikTok earlier on, and I feel like TikTok is a platform that came to change the game. You know, the entertainment industry, mainly for artists, musicians. It's really changing the game for you, because when you come up with these TikTok challenges after you release a song and the song gets to trend, the challenge gets to trend on TikTok, then we get to know about your songs. Do you feel like TikTok has done something for the industry?
Honestly speaking, nasema TikTok may change the game a lot. And first, allow me to thank our Governor Sakaja, for allowing everybody. Just like kuna nyakati ile ukishutu something in town, kanjo na wewe. But governor venye alikam, saizi amepatia vijana platform. Unaweza ingia tu kwa street, chukua kamera yako, record whatever it is, contact ile uko nayo, just put it nice, drop it there. I just appreciate him, because hapo amesaidia wase wengi. Because ulikuwa unapata msee atafute location, nini, transport ili ilikuwa ina cost. So siku hizi unachukua tu mbao, ingia kwa matatu, shuka tao, uko na smartphone, just do your thing. Tupa hapo kwa TikTok, daga kidogo without hata kustuka hivi shaenda viral. So first I just want to thank Governor Sakaja for that. I salute you. Then naweza sema TikTok imebadilisha entertainment kabisa, because right now unaweza stuka tu ngoma zile hata tu kwa tunajua, and ina bring new artists every day, because unapata tu so long as artists. Because for example, let's say kuna mse ako huko Kiambu ama Webuye ama wapi, hatumjui, but atashutu something kidogo aweke kwa TikTok. Alafu kama for example the song which played earlier, Kieleweke, that one, I was like, so unajua venye hiyo song ilikuwa inaanza, I was like, okay, which song is this, but ikifika Kielewe, I was like, okay, I know this song. So TikTok may change a lot, because even there was somebody who called me, alikuwa US, akanipigia simu. I don't know how he gets my number, because mostly my numbers zinakonga hapo kwa social media. Aliniambia when Kata was trending on TikTok, aliniambia that's a beautiful song, I love the Africa thing in it. I was like, okay, where are you? Akaniambia niko Dallas. I was like, okay, kuna kazini yangu wako huko Obama. So I was like, okay, ni sawa, ikifika huko,
brother from the lake side.
I and Obama same county. So nikasema tu TikTok inaweza change life ya msee mbaya sana. So it's a nice thing, like unafika pale, una do your thing, you post it there. Even right now there are some dancers who are calling me like, okay, the king tunaona umeangusha hera, can we do the challenge? I was like, bro, hata usiulize wewe tuma wewe piga ulafu nitumie. So imeleta communication nyingine mzuri sana.
Yeah. What is your thought process like when you're making music? Before we take a break and listen to your song Hera.
Okay. I did not get that question kindly.
Your thought process.
Okay,
like how do you come up with the music that you we end up seeing, like from the beginning?
Music is like naweza sema is an inbuilt thing. Because unaweza stuka tu saizi tuko hapa, kitu inagonga tu kwa akili yako, maneno tu moja. Hiyo maneno moja, alafu akili yako ina bring melody into that maneno. Because music haikuangi kitu ingine, ni maneno, then maneno inachangewa tume melody. So most of the time mi hata naweza onanga tu kitu hivi kando ya barabara, isha click to music wise. Unaona? So creating music, mi niko free, niko flexible, naweza create music anyhow, anywhere, venye na feel like. Because it's a inbuilt thing, yani. Unasikia? So mostly mi usemanga hivyo. Sionangi big deal tengeneza mziki, but mi utengeneza mziki ndio nyinyi ndio mnameki, yani nyinyi ndio mnafahamu niambie hiyo mziki iko sawa ama iko sawa. Cause before ni release ngoma nitaitest kwa wase kama 10 hivi, na ni wase tofauti wote. So kila mtu ananipatianga opinion, and they are good friends, wananipatianga honest opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. Like right. Hera, recently there's a lady in South Sea anaitwa Diana Kapina, alimtumia hiyo ngoma akaniambia wow, umeamua kuenda Nigeria. I was like okay, I'm in Kenya, sijaenda Nigeria. Kuna ka feeling ka string alikuwa na feel hapo ya Nigeria. Sijui kama unanipata. So saa zile umepatia watu wengi wa kusikizie ngoma, utapata wasee wanasikiza ngoma na kila mtu atakamna kitu ile amela kwa hiyo ngoma. So wewe as an artist, it's you to add more of it or remove some.
Okay, okay. As I mentioned, we have DJ Kolita with us right here in studio, and we're going to be taking a music break. DJ Kolita is going to be taking us on that music break with some music. Okay, I've just been told atuchukui break kwanza. So, okay. Let's listen to some Hera.
Manake mimi askari wako walipa shingapi? I'm not going, I'm here to stay.
You leave this house.
Hauna shughuli zingine za kufanya?
I am a man of few words.
Kisha nikome.
Beno.
Mimi.
Yes, you go.
Na mke mwingine maji anaye huyu. Nenda polisi lakini.
Una kilo kitatu.
Heshima unipi Mike.
Bafu sana.
Doesn't know I'm 10 steps ahead.
I'm sure they didn't come to console you.
I can handle them. Rudisha hiyo.
Hii nyumba inatakikana iwe imefurika watu kabisa.
Ni mapema sana.
Unajua sisi ni akina nani? Tunaomba muondoke.
I just came to run some errands for Nick.
Then you just tell that family to adopt you.
You are sick.
Not having breakfast with us? Millicent. Tiffany is mourning.
She must be broken.
He's in a better place. It's okay.
None of his children were there during his last days. None of us, Tiff. Once Daddy 6 feet under, we're all alone.
Who else is here?
Siku mingi.
How have you been?
Jazz. But that's why we have each other.
Where party today? I want to show them my attitude today.
bwana, ni chuo kikuu cha burudani, mashavu.
Nyumbani kaumbea.
Burudani.
Twende tukacheze bango. Mama it takes two to tango.
Na interview kali kutoka Pwani.
Kucheza nawe. Baby nimechizi nawe. Na ukitaka tuiwashe leo.
Bwana, kila siku ya Friday ama Ijumaa ukipenda saa 3 hadi saa 6 kamili.
Fanya kama unacheza isoko.
Kumbuka hashtag Masha. Nyumbani kwa burudani. Usikose tegea show kali tokea pwani za Pwani.
All right, we've not gotten to listen to the song Hera, but don't you worry, we will be listening to it in a moment, and Da King is here and he will be performing that song for us. Da King, just to ask, what was the thought process for making Hera, and what is Hera all about?
Okay, Hera is a Luo word means love. Like unajua kuna sometimes ushaona mlevi akistaga kwa barabara, inamaanisha kuna kitu akona spirit ndani yake ile inafanya astaga hivyo. So Hera is about like mapenzi ile unapatia udem inafanya unasweka kwa barabara, yani like you are going zigzag hivi, yani mapenzi imekulewesha ile in a certain way that unaenda unatembea tu
yani umenogeshwa kupita kiasi.
Kiswahili sio mdomo changu. We are trying. So ile mapenzi fanya vitu mingi, yani that's Hera, like it's just a Luo word. A lot of people don't understand it, but people from Lakeside, Kisumu City, Asembo, Ramba, they're getting it perfectly. It's a nice thing, yeah.
And you have some Luo words in there.
Yeah, I have some Luo words on it, and tena niko na Kizungu ndani yake na Kiswahili kidogo, because there's a part where I'm saying I want to take this girl to home, uko Asembo, uko kwetu, uko Ramba, akule samaki na omena. Yeah. Omena is that small fish.
Of course I know omena.
Ile mtoto ya omena. So something like that. So yeah, it's a nice song. Yeah, ilinichukua time nifanye. In fact, nilisaidiwa na Leche Africana, Kaleche, sijui kama unamjua.
Kelechi Africana.
Yeah, Kelechi and Jagede. We were kwa studio sisi wote, and tukastorm. Ikakuwa fiti, alafu tukatumia huyo the genge tone guy who kijana mfupi round VDJ Jones, yeah.
Did you just say kijana mfupi round?
Si ni mfupi round.
Kuna violence.
Ni best yangu. So nikamtumia, akasikiza, akaniambia is a good tune. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Yeah. How was the process of you guys, doing the video? Was it difficult?
Okay, like as I told you like earlier, niko na good team, so sichukuangi nini. For example, hii video mimi niliitwa tu niende location. Kila mtu aliarrange, kila mtu ana playing tu role yake kwa hiyo team yangu. Niko na Slim Flim, niko na Edu, niko na Moha ndiye ameshoot video. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
So hao wananitanga tu, haikuchukua sisi sana ile time, lakini location ndio venye locations zilipatikana, mi ni ku drive myself to locations.
Okay. Yeah. What's next for Da King?
Yeah, kuna ngoma nyingine nakuza inaitwa Pole Pole. After Hera, I think Pole Pole, because like nimekam na Hera, introduce love, then tena nimeleta Pole Pole, yani mapenzi ile pole pole itakuja after that one. So mimi naweza semanga tu mimi nilizaliwa msewa love, so I don't know.
Is there a reason why you love making love songs?
Okay, like you see, Mungu alitupatia nyinyi madada, mama zetu, my sisters zetu, our wives, our girlfriends. Unajua like natakanga at least every time and then make tu nyinyi mfeel tu mko very very important in the society. Yani hiyo ndio naonanga every time and then lazima niimbie tu dem fulani ama niimbie tu kitu kuhusu mapenzi. But kuna ngoma yangu ingine iko sahi, because right now I have 16 songs zile zinafaa zitoke, zisharekodiwa. Kuna ngoma ingine iko hapo ya pesa. So hiyo ikifika hiyo siku ya pesa nitakuja, kwa pesa pia saizi imeingia kwa life yetu, because maisha venye imekuwa hard, pesa imepotea. So at least hiyo pia inakam. So
right.
I'm still making, I'm still discussing it with my manager and the team. If we release after Hera, we release Pesa Kwanza or we release Pole Pole. So team ita decide. Because unajua wameninyang'anya power zote, even though I'm the CEO, but wameninyang'anya power. So they have to say.
We will be right here waiting to see what song you're gonna be dropping next. Now, guys, Da King is gonna be performing for us his new song by the name Hera. But don't you go too far. After that, we will be having the king of parody. Do you know who he is? You're gonna be finding out up next.
I don't wanna sleep, oh. I wanna tell all my people, oh, I go tell your people, hello, 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 hello. Ushajwa na kupe, ushajwa na kupenda, ushajwa na kuta, ushajwa na kutaka. The most money, I take you home to see my mama, money chamgege. The most money, I take you home to see my mama, money chamgege. Now when I hear you, now when I hear you, now when I hear you. Pero makaswe kaswe kendara, pero makaswe kaswe kendara, pero makaswe kaswe kendara, dara dara, pero makaswe kaswe kendara. Katoto kana kuru, katoto kaduchu kana nuru, katoto
before we got to listen to that Paddy's song, we had Inauma Inauma lakini tutazoea. It's like Bien alikuwa anatutayarisha because kweli inatuuma right now. We are very heartbroken because Sauti Sol are breaking up as a group. How would they do that? Who does that? Who gave the permission to break our hearts like that? Anywho, tutazoea. Right now with me is the king of parody. I mean, this guy can just turn whoever's song, everybody's song, into his own and make us laugh through it. Paddy. Paddy is our guest today. And Paddy, by then, nataka kukuweka on the spot. Because nataka utuimbie inauma inauma lakini tazoea. Whatever you can come up with right now, parody-wise, yeah, inauma. Twende kazi.
Lucky you, I already did that. And my version was
actually
inaleta mazoea. Mine was inaleta mazoea.
Tuambie kidogo, tufanye kidogo kwa wenye waje.
Inyaunyo inaleta mazoea. Aliamia kwangu namna gani ni mazoea. That was the thing.
Hii yako ni ya kuchoma.
Yangu ilikuwa ya kuchoma.
Yako ni ya kubani.
Ilikuwa nyaunyo imechapwa mahali ikaleta mazoea.
Okay, just
stop.
Just stop. This is not that show, by the way. Anywho, how are you, Paddy?
Miss good. Yo, it's your boy Paddy. Upo ndani ya chumbani yake Paddy Kizira mtu. Leo hii niko Good Morning KBC.
Good Morning Kenya. Entertainment Thursday.
Lakini ziko KBC.
Bado tuko KBC.
Unachoma. Uko live.
I like how you've combined your colors. It's so unusual for me to see a guy, you know, combine. Umeoga, bro. Umeoga naona. How mind kuvaa pink?
Pink? It's a part of mwanaume.
Okay.
Yes.
Nipe.
Tano.
That shows you're a confident man. If you can put on a pink shirt.
Very.
It's baby pink.
If red and white ni kitu tunaweza tukavaa, why not combine it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell us, Paddy, you are the king of parody. Parody. You don't know about it? Am I the one who's telling you this?
Yeah, they say it, but for me, I believe the king of parody ni Kajairo.
Okay, well, I love that you're paying tribute to the pioneer of this.
Yes, and this is my godfather.
Okay, yes. Tell me about where that parody thing came from. You've just mentioned Kajairo, so maybe you can get into the details.
I always say this, everybody has a parody. I'm sure you have your own parody.
Which one?
I'm sure. Come on. Mkiwa shule si mlikuwa mnaimbanga vitu zingine. Watu wakiimba si mlikuwa mna twist vitu, si ndio? Yes. Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody has a parody. Everybody has a thing in kangoma Kenya me twist. But I remember my first parody that I did. Nilikuwa mdogo sana. We did it na my sister Emily Kari Natwenga. That's my sister. Mkubwa wangu mwenye namfuata. And just come up with them. You see, me I'm old school. The Yellow Man and the Obachi Machoka shows, the music time. It was up at KBC and I used to watch and then just came up with our own funny lyrics and tungeza kwa shit nazo. But I was just doing it for fun. Still gonna fun, really for fun. So ZD maisha ikaendelea kukua poa. By the time I lost my parents wote wawili, then maisha ikakuwa ngumu kiasi. Maliza shule mpaka form 4, fika point yenye you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah.
You had to use mkono. Mkono kama ifanyi kazi, you had to use miguu. Kama ifanyi kazi, just basically your mind, everything. Lucky, when I was in high school, I used to do a lot of compositions. So I think kutoka hapo nikafanya a lot of script writings na vitu kama hizo. Baadaye nikakuja nikakutana na the parody king Kajairo. Sikukutana naye from a musical side. We met kama script writer. Nikaendelea kuandika script, fika kwa script, nikapita, nikaingia kwa co-act, kutoka kwa co-act, I direct. So baadaye ndio akuja kagundua because I used to do singing. Nimeimba a lot mpaka kwa clubs. Used to have a band. We used to call it Mizizi. Mizizi Freak Band and I found myself pia nikienda kwa these auditions za vitu kama Tusker Project Fame, hizo ma idols na vitu kama hizo. And one day Kajera akakuja kugundua siko kwa kazi. So he asked, ulikuwa wapi? Niambia boss, nilikuwa nimeenda auditions. Leo nilikuwa nafikiria nambaki 60. I was like, nilikuwa kati ya watu 60. So you can sing? Kesho tunaingia studio. And that's how I started my nini. That's why I still believe that guy is the king of parody.
He is actually.
He is.
Yeah.
Na haja give up. I believe bado vitu zake ziko.
And it's so good to see that Ali take his time to just, pick you up.
No, he didn't even take his time. Okay. He was like, "Pap, kuja." And then he just went to the studio and was like,
you didn't take his time.
Na kuchomea.
Una bad, bro.
Toa hiyo. Rewind.
Yeah, but it's so good to see, pioneers, pulling someone up, because
Yes.
the more we have many people doing, a certain thing, the better. And then, like you're paying homage to him right now, and you're mentioning his name, so we can never forget Kajairo in whichever way.
He actually deserves it. I don't do it for cloud, ama siju kwa heshima tu peke yake, but he is. Without that guy, hata sidhani kama sisi tungekuwa. Unless you give him a bigger title than the king, then I can take that as a king. But I don't think I am. And I don't think anyone deserves kujita king wa parody.
Okay. So from today henceforth, nitakuwa nakuita the prince of parody. Umekataa hiyo kingship.
I agree. Because I mean, my line saizi inaangalia musical comedy. I'd rather you call me comic music na vitu kama hizo. A king huko.
Okay.
Parody, come on. That Jama has it.
So how do you go about making your parody songs, and how do you decide this is the song I'm going to be doing?
Of course, we have to follow peer trends. You know what works for people will always work for people, especially within time fulani. Unapata like Jama fulani ametoa ngoma, and you know very well Jama, this song bila ametoa, it will work for watu wengi. So I think, why don't I give it another version? So vitu kama hizo that is one. Two, pia ni saa ingine mapenzi, saa ingine shida, saa ingine economy, unaelewa? Just the day-to-day kind of feels, emotions, atmosphere. Pia zinatusaidia, inatusaidia pia kwa composition. And then also ujinga tu. Ujinga lazima upumbavu lazima utumike bwana. Sababu tumetumia uwerevu.
Na ni kama I work.
Uwerevu. Siku hizi tunaanza kudoubt uwerevu bwana. Uwerevu analala njaa hapa nje bwana.
Don't say that. The children who are watching now wanasoma kwa bidii uwerevu ni nini.
Naelewa, lakini nakwambia uwerevu sio hiyo hata hiyo masomo peke yake. Uwerevu ni namna ambao unatumia huyo uwerevu wako. Uwerevu ni namna ambao unatumia ujinga wako. Sasa hiyo ndio uwerevu.
Okay.
So I don't just put it kama I'm genius what.
Yeah.
No, it's not a book thing. It has to be also with the streets. It has to be with how you connect the people emotionally. It has to be how just from respect, vitu mingi.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you get to ask permission from this artist before you do their songs? And have you ever gotten yourself in trouble with an artist maybe because you did a parody of that song?
Yeah, kwa namba unapata umegongana nazo. But yes, of late najipata ni muhimu pia ulize.
Okay.
So you see, this is not your own thing. So you pata now you have your brand and you have your face like this, and then naikuja naichukua na run to nayo, and then I go make millions, and nadhani kapata na make hata zaidi yako. So rights za ngoma lazima zikuwe za msanii.
So you ask for permission before?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Okay.
Some of the reasons why sometimes unapata tunashindwa kufikia the international artists ni kwa sababu sometimes kuwafikia ni ngumu. But ukifanya parody yao Unaandika hapo chini, unaweka kila kitu, hata when you uploading unasema zile cheki rights zote za hii ngoma.
I do not own the rights. Okay.
Lakini akinipata na perform, I'm warning you, tell them. Pesa ni yangu.
I was about to get into that. Actually, how do you make money from these parodies? Because clearly you've used, as you said, you don't have the rights to that song. So
yes.
How do you make money from their songs?
Relevance, baby.
Okay.
Relevance.
Please expound on that.
The next time we make YouTube and then you find Suraya Padi trending, whether I'm making money from that song amasi make, utajipata una subscribe. Hautaenda kusubscribe kwa ngoma ya Bob Marley, kwa channel ya Bob Marley ukipata nimetengeneza ngoma ya Bob Marley kwa. So the more you're there, also the more pia inaonyesha kwamba mimi niko relevant, okay? Also companies zinataka watu wenye pia wanaweza ka influence the brand. So that's where my cheddar triggers.
You mint these companies and brands.
Nimetoa siri. But that's the thing. Yeah. Not even milking, but you have to work. You have to work. See atini utaifanya tu hivi. For people to follow you, it means you're moving. There's no way to come mama hapa alafu kuzileza
That is true, and
that is not followers. Those are just we call them queuers because they are queuing behind you. So you must also have a pace. You must na your pace ndio kitu watu wengi wanakosa, because it means the pace has to be a pace yenyewe mwenyewe create. It's a vision yenye inakupatia direction kwamba this is where I'm going. So you want to follow me? Nitakuwa natoa vitu kama hizi. Unataka kuona? Subscribe.
Yeah.
So the next time you want kuuza manyiwa yako, unataka ifikie watu 2 million, and this guy has a way ya kufikia watu 2 million. Hope.
That's what you've mentioned something that I really think is really important, because like I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like 6-7 years ago we didn't have influencers, but influencing is a thing right now where we're having big brands looking for artists or people who have a following, celebrities, to help push their product. So what can you say about influencing in the country as a new thing? I'll put it in quotes because I think it's new.
Influencing siatiko new sana, because either way we had even advertisements. Zote zilikuwa za a way ya ku-influence mse. I remember the first time nilikula sausage. Man, I saw it like for kitu kama miezi 2 and I was like, mzae, buda hii kitu tunaikula. I didn't know what ina taste aji, you know, but I was influenced. Okay?
But there's a new way of influencing.
Now the influencers it's so much iko kwa followers. And anytime you want an influence ya kitu kama nini, ama you want to laugh, there's a time utaenda kwa channel ya Raila, because you know pale I want what, si ndio? Utaenda kwa channel ya pastor fulani, si ndio? Because you know pale utaenda kwa channel ya mtu wa agriculture, you understand? But you want to laugh, you go to channel ya so and so. You want agriculture, utaenda kwa channel ya so and so. So this is the thing. For me to influence you, you have to come to me. As in, I'm that influential. That's the thing. So I feel like watu saizi washajua their influence. For you to be an influencer, lazima ujue influence yako ni gani. Ushasikianga unaambiwa na mapero, wacha kutembea na ule mtu. Atakufanya ukue hivi na hivi na hivi. That is his influence. And be ready to carry it, be ready to market it, be ready to push it kwa namna yoyote ile. Provided you're not violating rights za mtu wote. Sukuma hiyo kitu. So I think pia watu wamekuja kulearn vitu mingi, because wasanii walikuwa. I always say one day wasanii wa decide saizi kwamba cheki, sisi kama artists tunagoma. Anything that has been created na an artist, wachana nayo. Let me tell you, hata hiyo podium ya president, mwenye alitengeneza atasema, hata suti.
That's an artist.
You understand? So artists wakigoma saizi, do you know basically everything in a stop? Some of hata hizi language tunaongea, kuna mtu anasema zile ni mimi nilisema A kuwe hivi, sikusema A kuwe hivi, understand? He was an artist. Basically binadamu, we are artists. But saa hizi pale imefika, I feel like maybe 10% of it ndio tunaona. As much as unaona ni kama it's a new thing, ndio saa hizi msanii amekuja kuanza kujua ako na nguvu. We have artists hapo wenye wanatengeneza cash kushinda hata politicians. You understand? That is the thing. All of us is in influence. We are out of influence, a creator.
Yeah.
You understand? As the power in msanii ako naye.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
You said all of us are influencers, but I don't think it's an easy thing. So maybe for someone who's watching, who's maybe an artist or has some sort of influence, maybe they feel they have some sort of influence, but they don't know how to be an influencer and cash out from it and make money from it. What would you say to that person?
How do you affect people? Just how do you affect people? You understand? That's just it. If you know how you affect people. For example, you are a carpenter, because effects zako ama influence zako zinastahili kukua ziko na solution fulani. I know. There's a secret.
Okay.
Kenya saizi watu wengi sana wako na stress. Watu wengi. And not just Kenya. The entire world. Watu wako na stress. People need a reason to smile. And that is where now party comes in. I will tell people, kuna 2 very important days kwa maisha. The day you were born, which everyone's supposed to celebrate. And the second thing, the second day is the day,
you find out why you were born.
That's the thing. When you know your purpose. That's just it. So once you know your purpose, you know I'm here because I solve this. I'm here because I solved this. Everyone, hata mtu wote mwenye ako mdosi kabisa, ukifika miaka fulani ya uzee, utapata you don't solve a lot. And that's the reason why hata dunia inakwambia toka, wacha watu wengine. Understand? So don't run around calling yourself, oh, I'm an artist. Oh, I'm the best in this. Yet you don't know what you're doing. That's the reason why you see hata saizi rende ya saizi, if not the people that we're entertaining, they care less about you showing off your cash, you showing off what you have, because they're like, how is it influencing me? Okay. In Africa we have artists kama kina Diamond. I've been following them. Right now you see hata wenyewe wanajaribu kutengeneza compositions na ngoma, their videos, in a way unaona inakugusa mahali. Akina Padi watafanya vitu na ufala. But at the end of the day, kama itakufanya usikie like, at least nili dance, at least nili smile. Hata boss ako hapa lakini sijaijipata nacheka nikiwa kwa job. Then it means you're solving something. So if you are a carpenter, somebody ako pale na meza mzuri lakini hana kiti, that space unaijaza aje? You will make your money if you solve that. If you are an entertainer, are you sure we need you? Understand? Sasa kuna wasanii wengine hata kutoka Jamaica unasikia wameingia Kenya. Is there something that they are doing that Kenyans are not doing? Yes, that's the reason why they are here. That's the reason why wanapata hiyo pesa. So just do it. Fill that gap.
Okay.
Let me tell you, kwa nyumba yako kama uko na meza na huna viti, na somebody in Jamaica anatengeneza the best seats, na hapa hakuna mtu anatengeneza viti, people will import from there.
That's true.
We just create kutoka hapa.
All right. So as we wind up, you don't just do parodies, you have your original songs that you've composed. Si ati unafanya parodies peke yake. Has this helped you in any way, like you doing your own songs? Or rather, my question is, has making parody gotten you into making your own songs and releasing them?
I had a lot of songs, and I still also have a lot of songs. Na kuna ngoma mingi sana, including gospel songs, zenye ziko out there, zenye zinaimbwa na watu, but people don't know that I'm behind them.
Okay. Mention maybe one.
I can't.
Why? You've written for gospel artists?
Yes, a lot.
Oh, why don't you want to mention? Because our Taki.
Si ati our Taki, but now it's theirs. It's theirs.
Jipige kifua kidogo.
Naweza jipiga kifua lakini ndio utajipiga kifua ukipiga mwenzako mkwao.
Okay, sawa basi.
So it's theirs. Unajua pia mtu anatoka akijua kwamba cheki hii ni yangu. So yeah. But all I'm trying to say is kuna arts mingi zenye pia nimetoa. I do also video direction, I do direct, I do script writings, I do hizo vitu zote. But mimi kufanya my original songs mostly zinakuanga empowered na calls kutoka nje. Other people kutoka zile za ama nikipata an artist mwenye na feel like has something, I'd rather put this artist kwa an original song than a parody, because at least kwa original song at least inakusaidia pia kuchipuka, unaelewa. So most of my original songs sana nikifanya collabs unapata ni ziko empowered ama zimesukumwa sana na watu wengine.
Okay.
So it's not like ni parody peke yake ni menisukuma kwa hizi. I always want, I insist, because my purpose kwa hii dunia is to make people feel good. Feel good is my foundation. If I don't work on that, then I think I'm better dead.
Okay.
Yes.
Time is not really on our side, but I feel like I can't mention without I can't finish without mentioning a campaign that you did last year during the elections. It was called Peace Print.
Peace Print.
Just very quickly, how did that turn out? Did it happen the way you wanted it to happen? Because it was a peace campaign. Did it work as we finish?
Yes, I believe it did. It did, because also pia a good thing ni watu pia walikuwa wananitumia response na kama hizo. I'm one guy who went through a lot wakati wa the previous campaigns zenye zilileta post-election violence. So I had to do something. And it was just me. Yes.
It worked well?
It actually worked well.
It went
especially kwa area yangu. Mimi ni mtu wa Sivo, Dandora na whatever.
Okay.
If those places hazikuwa tagged kwa mambo ya violence, then I think it did.
All right. We can finish by you maybe having a final word to whoever is watching you that you want to speak to, as well as you telling us your social media platforms where we can follow up on what you're doing. Niliona ulifanya parodia ya Tapita, ukafanya parodia ya Zuchu ya kui. So if they want to catch up and just know whatever you're up to, waongeleshe as we toka.
Sasa sijui hapa ndio msamu nafanyanga mambo ya kulecture. But generally just believe in yourself, know kwamba everything is possible. If Padi anafanya tu ujinga yake and he's paying nazo bills zake, then I think whatever you're doing, ikiwa serious, just be smart now and know kwamba it's not about you, it's about the people who are receiving it. Understand them, know what they want, understand your market, know your niche, and always be yourself. Handle zangu ni at Padi Wubon. Padi ni PADIWU.
Okay, umesahau.
BONN. Sikusoma sana. Across all platforms, FB, YouTube na kila mahali.
All right,
subscribe na kila mahali.
Thank you so much, Padi, for coming through to the show. We have a lot more in store for you guys, so don't you go anywhere.
Wewe na shoplift, that is wrong.
Nimeweka tishu kwa nje keke, si ndio? Kwa nje keke.
Keke ni nini?
Keke ni nini mheshimiwa?
Si nimekwambia ulitumie lugha ya taifa ile tutaelewa.
Mimi koona kwa CCTV nini iko weka hapo Dani hapa Dani.
Unajua kiini?
Wewe unajua
mheshimiwa.
Ongea.
Namaste. Basta na bali Crystal Play Council.
Are baba yeye iko sema nini, mimi hapa najua hiyo
Ni watu wawili mnaishiaje ndani?
Tunaishi tu ndani ya nyumba.
Romantically.
Tunakuwa
hapa mnagombana tu saa yote, kwanza mwingie hapa mnagombana.
Ni vile tuko mbele ya watu.
Ndio mnagombanaga mbele ya watu. Na sasa hawa watoto wote unawaleta duniani kuwapatisha tabu ya nini?
Nani alisema yuko na sahani yao?
Berlin is calling. The footballing fraternity is taking note. Defending champions RB Leipzig have reached the DFB Pokal final for the third successive season after an emphatic 5-1 win over SC Freiburg.
Danny Olmo, there's no pressure on him, and he's found Nkunku! Ruthless!
Similarly, Eintracht Frankfurt are into the final of the DFB Cup following a 3-2 victory over VfB Stuttgart. The DFB Pokal hits a crescendo on Saturday, 3rd June at 9 p.m. when RB Leipzig will be up against Eintracht Frankfurt live and exclusive on KBC Channel 1. Don't miss out on the unexpected delight.
It is Colomboigny against Bredlow, a battle Colomboigny was never going to lose.
KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Azidannakum nitawazidishieni, yani iwe itakavyokuwa, ikiwa sisi ni watu wenye kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu, Allah atatuzidishia kwa neema mbalimbali ambazo kwamba tunazijua na zile tusizojua.
Ikafikia kiwango ambacho na Aisha radhiallahu anha aliweza kumuuliza, hivi mbona wazidisha ibada kwa wingi sana wakati Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala amekujalia neema? Basi Mtume Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam alijibu kwa kuuliza, je, sipaswi kuwa mja mwenye kumshukuru Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ambaye ni Mola wangu?
That's the
Hi, welcome back to Entertainment Thursday. In case you just tuned in, my name is Vivian Dagwa, or you can simply just call me Miss V. Now, from Padi, I want to get you into some dance hall vibes. The artist we have in studio is a recording and performing dance hall artist by the name Team Adric. Team Adric.
Yeah.
Ama, Wagwan.
Wagwan? I'm good.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're doing well?
Yeah, I'm well. Yeah.
We just listened to your most recent song.
Yeah,
First Class.
Yeah.
Tell me about First Class. We're gonna start with that.
Okay, so First Class is just it's just about the lifestyle, you know. Yeah, the lifestyle in dancehall music, and you know, it's how we roll, you know. So we definitely first class. Yeah, so that's the first class. I put it in music, and the rest is history. Yeah.
And in First Class, or rather almost all your music, I get some patwa in it. So is this something that you practice just for the song, and then kizungu ya interview ni kizungu ya kawaida, lakini kizungu ya ngoma ni patwa, like?
Yeah, we really don't want to we really don't want to stress people, you know, with the deep patwa. Yeah, because we want people to understand what we are talking about. I am talking about, so I'll just be soft on it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Why dance hall?
Yeah, because it's my vibe, you know. I really click with it. So I love dancehall music from I was young. I really listen to a lot of dancehall music from people like Shaggy, you know, Sean Paul, Bounty Killer, Vibes Cartel. So all these people influenced me, you know, and I really walked in the dancehall path. Yeah, so dancehall is it. Yeah.
Okay. What is the difference between raga and dancehall? Because when I listen to it, I don't know if I can like point out the difference. So since you're here, you can help us understand the difference between raga and dancehall music.
Okay, so raga music, it's an older version of the dancehall music, you know, but it was not. It's the authentic, you know, Jamaican type of music. But dancehall really is the whole thing, you know, the whole genre, you know. I think raga falls into dancehall too, you know. So dancehall is the bigger house. Yeah, so dancehall house the modern type of music, like the modern trap dancehall type of music, all this type of dancehall music coming around, you know. Yeah, fall into the bigger dancehall space. Yeah, raga is the older version. Yeah, the Buju Bantang, the Bounty Killer, you know, the Beanie Man, the type of music which was playing back then. Yeah, but you can't right now stand and say you're singing raga music, because it's not really in existence right now. Yeah. Yeah.
So dancehall is a development of raga music.
Yeah, it's the bigger picture right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
That's why we have the Kenyan dancehall music, we have the Ghana type of dancehall music, we have the Zimbabwe type of dancehall music. Yeah, so dancehall is the bigger house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you say about the industry, the Kenyan dancehall music industry? We know that dancehall originated from Jamaica, but as you mentioned, many other countries, you know, adopted it. So how is the industry as we speak?
Yeah, so the industry right now is really struggling, so to say.
Well.
Yeah, because we really don't have the people to push it. Yeah, you know, Kenya is a very diversified country as far as music is concerned. Yeah, so when it comes to Kenyan dancehall music, we really have it lagging because the systems are not right. That's why we are working day and night, you know, to put up these systems, to plug in the local music with the international music, to at least put dancehall in the map, because dancehall is not a local type of music. We have to place it in the international map so that it can really get its feet on. Yeah, so dancehall, it's really lagging, but we're still on it. Yeah.
Do you have enough dancehall artists in the country? If you ask me to mention, I don't think I would mention more than 4 dancehall artists. I know, I don't know if you recognize Red Sun as the king.
We have the mainstream artists, and we have the underground artists. You know, so for the mainstream artists, we really have a countable number, you know. That's why you can say the few people you're counting. But for the underground artists, who are getting groomed, you know, to take in the mainstream and the international platforms, we have a couple of them, many of them. Yeah, so we just pray God that everything works out, and definitely you'll see them on board.
What should be done for us to be able to see this? Because I don't know if it's on us as the media, because I feel like the reason maybe why we don't know is because maybe you don't push yourselves enough. Because I don't think I've had dancehall artists coming to me and telling me, "Yo V, I have this song, could you plug me in one of your shows or something of the sort?"
You know, music right now, we into the music business right now, so mostly we are trying to make money out of the dancehall music, you know. So we are coming up with shows. Yeah, we have streams, you know. We have different ways of pushing our things. Then if you're not in the line, maybe you into other genres and things, you'll not come across this artist then. Yeah, so I'll just say that, and we have a lot of artists struggling, so it takes a lot from people like us, you know, to try push this artist, and we really don't have enough resources to do this. So it's a tussle, but we still...
I'll have to ask you to hold that thought. We'll take a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
To get Skizatune Hail Mary, dial star 811 star 963 hash.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen.
To get Hail Mary, dial star 811 star 963 hash, star 811 star 963 hash.
Sundowner Sunset Date goes county, this time to the land of opportunities. All roads lead to Embu County. Sundowner will be hosted live from the iconic Isaac Walton Inn with their grand collabo. Catherine Donye and John Obongo Jr., the Wicked Weekend Man, and thereafter John Karani JK will keep you on your feet with hits from the 80s and 90s till late.
Good morning, Mr. Walker.
There will be country music performances by Carrie B, karaoke sessions with Kid Karaoke, and much more fun. No dull moment when Sundowner fans get together. Sundowner Sunset Date Embu County Edition, proudly brought to you by KBC English Service and the Kenya Tourism Board on 3rd June 2023 at the Isaac Walton Inn, starting at 2 p.m. Entry 500 shillings at the gate. Tembea Kenya, Tembea Embu.
Kenya idumu, tushikane mikono.
My name is Nyabia Barongo CK. I'm 11 years old and I do singing. I love acting and I like doing gymnastics.
Little right hand, little oh. You can say it better than I can. So I will try and read very slowly.
Today I'm going to show you guys on how to make the yummiest fried rice at the comfort of your home.
My name is Rishna and today Arushi is going to show us how to do some magic using a magic wand.
And now
there are just 2 teams left. The cup holders take on Eintracht Frankfurt.
What a header! Danny Olmo!
The Red Bulls against the Eagles. It's all or nothing time.
It's Szoboszlai again!
Kick-off on June 3rd.
Kamada!
There can only be one winner.
Colomwani!
What a night for RB Leipzig!
Leipzig-Frankfurt, the DFB Cup final.
And we are back. Before we went for that short break, Edric, you were telling me about the many underground artists that we have, but we don't know about them. As they say, as we said, they're underground artists. So just tell me about that.
Okay, so these underground artists are very active artists, you know. Yeah, but we need to put them on the map, you know, and that really takes a handful of resources, you know. So we're just balancing out the settings, but I feel that they'll be out soon, you know, and everybody will see them. We'll get to see them and hear their taste because they have really good music. Not only in dancehall music, all these types of other genres. We have underground artists, many of them, you know. Yeah, they're still coming up, and we hope that it will come to pass, you know, that they're in the mainstream and enjoying the music, you know.
You have an empire as well by the name Clean Short Empire. Tell me about this empire of yours.
Okay, so Clean Short is a dancehall empire, you know. It's a dancehall empire. We still have G2 Empire. Yeah, so I'm working under E2 with DJ Gilo Pinto as my producer and director too. Yeah, so it's G2 is on a wide, you know, empire, but Clean Short is a dancehall empire, you know. So we are into dancehall music, dancehall business, dancehall shows, and everything, you know, just making money in the industry. Yeah.
Does it pay? Would you say that music in the country pays?
You know, music is just it's just a channel, you know. It's just a platform, you know. You have to use it right to get money. So it's not like the days where you could sell your CDs and get some live cash, you know. So you have to use your influence, you have to use your connections and networks, you know, to make it generate money for you. Yeah, other than that, you know, the streams and things, them, you know, they are paying, you know. Yeah, so I'll just say that it's all about how you use the platform. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You have collaborated on some songs. How do you pick on who to collaborate with?
Okay, I'll just talk about the collaborations. We have my recent collaborations. I have Uncle Jingjong. You've heard of him. Yeah, so we have Uncle Jingjong. We have produced Spend. We have Guzman Mbogi Genje. So we're trying to connect the international dancehall music with the local dancehall music. So we just pick it in the way that we see the influences. If Mbogi Genje has the influence for some certain kind of youth, we'll just pick him. Uncle Jingjong the same, we'll just pick him. So we just use the influence, you know, to pick the collaborations. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Which is that one artist that you wish to collaborate with that you haven't gotten the opportunity to work with yet?
In Kenya, right now, I really don't have that specific artist, you know, but I really give props to Red Sun, you know. Yeah, man, I love the way he does his things, you know. Yeah, so props to Red Sun. Yeah. But it's not a do or die, you know, situation. If it comes up, it's okay. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna be having a performance from you, but before then, maybe you can let people know where they can find you on social media.
Okay, so on social media, get Team Adric, you know, everywhere. G2 Empire, DJ Gilo Productions. Yeah, we up in the thing, you know. Clean Shot, fully straight.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to be leaving with one of your songs that you will be performing for us, so the floor is yours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Countries I feel dead with ease, I feel well.
Just Kyra, the authentic energy empress. Si umeshinda kweli umewezana, inataka tusherehe. Amani aje. Kweli vile we umeng'ang'ana, una deserve a good sign. Sio rahisi, kutia bidii, kuwa smart, kufaulu kimaisha. Kipaji yetu sio kidogo, na sisi ni wa nguvu, si watu kidogo. Vile tumeshinda furaha tupandishe hapa juu kidogo. Katika basi katika.
Alrighty, we are glad to have you back on the show. My name is Vivian Dago. You can simply just call me Miss V, and this is Entertainment Thursday. Now, we have a graduation ceremony that is ongoing at the moment. That is the KDF graduation, and the president will be in attendance. So be sure to get to see more on that as we go on, or rather after we finish with entertainment, we're going to be getting into that and see what is in store over there. Right now I have an artist with me. All right, okay, let's check out the event.
mwenyewe.